Alright guys, what is up? It's Beast here. Welcome back to some more Pokemon Wi-Fi battle stuff. This match right here is another match here against a guy from PBR. And I noticed right away that this guy's only using steel types. Now, steel types are not bad at all. They're actually really good. But the thing is, if you're only using a team with only one specific type, then you'll always have one major weakness, and that's gonna really hurt, especially in battles like these, because you can kind of predict what the opponent's gonna use, and you can kind of find your ways around it. But yeah, I've actually found one threat on his team that might be a problem, and that is his Empoleon, because I'm gonna have to bring Magmortar on this team right now, because obviously he's using only steel types. But the thing is, with Empoleon, it is a part water type. And you know, that means that fire moves are not weak on Empoleon. They're neutral, but they're not weak. So I do have the Thunderbolt on Magmortar, but it's not gonna win at KO because Empoleon has great special defense. So I'm gonna have to find a way around that. So that's why I also brought Primeape, because it's a fighting type, and that thing could handle Empoleon if you know, if he decides to use it, you know. But he's gonna go ahead and lead off with a Bronzong. Go for the Fire Blast the first turn, and it actually did a lot less than I thought it would, because Magmortar has really great special attack, and I believe I'm actually modest as well. And I was actually expecting it to do a lot more, but it does like a little bit more than half, which is pretty surprising, and that's just pretty impressive as well, considering that Bronzong is a steel type. So this guy's taking his time right here, and as I said, I go for the Fire Blast. Thankfully I hit. It's gonna do a lot, but it's not gonna take it out, unfortunately. It's gonna do a little bit more than half, which definitely is not a bad amount of damage, but like I said, I was expecting it to do a little bit more than that. So right here, he actually caught me really off guard, because I was not expecting the rain dance right here, and that does give him that extra fire resistance, and I was actually getting a little bit worried right here, because that could have been a problem if you know, he's got that Empoleon, and that means that he's got full resistance against fire, you know, because rain obviously does lower the base power of fire moves. So I decided, you know what, let's just go for the Fire Blast again. T-Bolt would have probably not taken that thing out of there, and I would not risk messing with the Focus Blast because it's got almost 70% accuracy. And I knew, judging by the damage I did with the Fire Blast before, that another Fire Blast would take it out of there, even though that the rain is up. So right here, he's gotta set in his Magnet Zone, and because the rain is up, I did not want to stay in here. And this thing could be Choice Scarf as well and have some pretty dangerous moves. So I decided, you know what, let's just set in Bronzong. This thing does have the Earthquake, and I could potentially get off an Earthquake and take that thing out of there. So right here, he actually goes for the Thunder, and that's actually a really good move, and obviously it's got 100% accuracy in the rain, and it does a shitload to my Bronzong, like a real shitload, and I was not expecting that at all, and that definitely tells me that he's no doubt Choice Specs. I mean, that is Choice Specs. I believe I've got a lot of special defense investment on this thing as well. And I mean, there's no doubt that Magnet Zone is Choice Specs. So I'm gonna have to find a way to get rid of this thing fast, otherwise this thing is gonna be a real bitch against me. So he does take me out of there with the Thunder, which does kind of suck, but hey, I guess I was just using this thing as a fodder. But however, I do have a Primeape on my team, and that thing does have the Earthquake, and I know that's gonna easily finish off his Magnet Zone no matter what. So what I'm gonna do right here is I'm gonna go for the Earthquake. I did not want to go for the close combat, risking that he's gonna live it. So I'm gonna go for the Earthquake, and you know, it's easy to get a finish off because he's times for weak to it. So thankfully I managed to get rid of his Magnet Zone, and he's only got one poke left, and that thing is without a doubt gonna be weak to ground type moves. Obviously, because first of all of his Pokemon were steel types, as you saw in the beginning. Second of all, he did have a Bronzong on his team, and it did have the Levitate ability, which obviously does give him the immunity for ground type moves. But since I did take it out of there earlier, his next Pokemon is forced to take a Earthquake from this Primeape, and then I can later on potentially take it out of there with my Magmortar. So his last Pokemon is his Metagross, thankfully not his Empoleon, because that would have been a real problem against my Magmortar. And his Metagross is going to come in here, He's gonna actually go for the Zen Headbutt. He's actually gonna be able to take my Earthquake quite nicely because obviously Metagross does have the pretty good base physical defense, and it does have pretty decent HP as well. So my Earthquake does a little bit less than half, which is alright, I guess. Fire Blast is still gonna be able to do enough to take it out of there anyways, so it's not a big problem at all. He does go for the Zen Headbutt. He does get a crit, but I doubt that it matters because Primeape does have pretty terrible defenses, and it is weak to it as well, so that probably did not matter. So my last Pokemon is Magmortar, and it's pretty much game at this point because I do have the Fire Blast on this thing, and I do have max HP on this thing, so if I miss once, I can just hit it with the second one, and I do have the max HP, and I can pretty much be able to take an Earthquake. Even though that thing might be heavily invested in attack, I'm still pretty confident that I can take at least one Earthquake from that thing. So I do fortunately hit with the first Fire Blast, and it is pretty much my game. So good game, bro, from PBR. Hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Leave a like rating if it did, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.
The battle has ended. The blue corner pulled off an impressive victory.